All right, so we have a quite interesting topic to talk about in this video. It's going to be pretty much the current banner schedule up until season 13 on JP, which is going to line up till first anniversary, right? Now, this is not confirmed. I just want to make sure that people know that, except for the seasonals, obviously, but the pickups are not fully confirmed because of the fact it's just units that are in the files. And obviously, if you use your eyes, you could already see it, but we're going to talk about it in a linear order. So yeah, we're gonna mention a bit of the kits. So if you guys did miss out on the full 30-minute video, I will be kind of recapping and giving a skeleton of their kits, because obviously it was 30 minutes, could have been 40 if I really was going to talk about it more, and I wasn't in a rush. But mainly because of the fact that I was learning their kits and I was like thinking about it. But now I've got a good idea of most of these units, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens in the next 4 seasons, which is the next 4 months, dog. That's insane. And then we get up to what? Wait, is it really? Well, I guess 4 or so months, 3 months more. So we're gonna get first anniversary, and that's gonna be hype. So of course we start off with Zora and Vanessa, which, by the way, we're gonna be streaming that tomorrow night because they do come out tomorrow night. The biggest update so far, my guess was gonna be like season 10 and anniversary being season 13 are going to be the two biggest updates, and so far I seem to be right because season 10 is leading up, I'm pretty sure, to the first anniversary, where it's going to be huge as hell, right? With actual real-time PvP being the first, like the biggest thing out of everything, and then also just getting probably some PvE updates is my main hope, and obviously the biggest unit release ever, my guess. So there's all that stuff. But of course, Zora and Vanessa are pretty good. I mean, Zora's a blue debuffer, Vanessa's a green support. Zora should be heavily buffing blue. We're also getting Noelle later on this season. That's also going to buff blue. But just talking about these two for now, Zora's going to be very good. Going to make it so that the DPS turn 1 can't get any buffs, which is going to stop damage reduction, stop attack buffs, which means it's basically a free kill, is what this unit is. Stopping buffs on a DPS is a free kill. Then Vanessa, obviously Mario buffers, so that's pretty good. I'm not going to talk about them more because I've talked about them a lot. But then we go into Clover, Academy, Noelle, and Rill. Rill is going to be very good for Black Asta. It's going to be a bit weird to see how he works, but there's going to be some interesting playstyles where you speed up Witch Queen, and then Witch Queen is going to alterate away. And then because she ults right away, if Black Ops is at 2 dupes, just 2 dupes, right? He's going to taunt everyone because he's in anti-magic range after the Witch Queen ult. And then afterwards, everyone's taunted, can't use their buffs. And if Rill's quick enough, and before all the other supports, he could stop them from using most of their supports, which is going to be quite interesting. This isn't some perfect scenario, right? Because, for example, William, right? William, no, actually, that wouldn't really matter. But William has an attacking ult, so it wouldn't stop him, but being taunted does stop buffing ultimate. So like, for example, season 2 Ghost, who is used for well, his DOT block, his burn block, is going to be something that we could maybe try out. Obviously, if you use Charmy with this team, if you don't, it doesn't really matter. And then Noelle, blue healer, who is going to remove barriers on her skill 1, which is a very strong effect. And because she's blue, obviously this is a nice neat counter against green units, especially it might let you just swipe or sweep Marileona right away, right? That could be pretty interesting. I think that Zora and Noelle are going to be the key to seeing how blue evolves. I think these two units are going to be pretty good. Noelle might not be the craziest, but I'm really hoping. She also has DOT removal, so it's going to be pretty nice. And then we get into season 11. So Vanilla did put Yuno, and if we're looking a bit further down with our eyes, we could kind of see why she put Yuno. I was also thinking Yuno might actually be season 11 now for a couple different reasons. And the first one is, well, the first slash only one is going to be this. Let me pull it up. So, very small thing, but what's his name? Rill is here, and guess who Yuno fights? Rill. So my guess is that they might be fast tracking the chapters much quicker than how they had it planned out, I guess. Because let me try to find the chapter details, because the chapter details are not really in line to what exactly is going on here. So obviously we know that chapter 11 is the start of the Royal Knights. That was already obvious. But chapter 12 doesn't even get to Spirit Dive. Unless they're going to make this a super long chapter. Going by the length of chapter 11, chapter 12 is before Spirit Dive. So Spirit Dive is not in chapter 12, which is when currently we're theorizing when Yuno comes out. So to me, this just screams that they don't give a flying F about actually having units related fully to the chapters is what I'm guessing, which means, yeah, Spirit Dive is probably season 11, because season 9 was when we got Mara Leona, season 7 was when we got Black Ostas, so it seems every 2 seasons is when they're aiming for a fest now. Which is unfortunate if we think about it, because global, right? Global, if it was only 4 fests, they could have caught up to the pickups, or at least gotten to the fest pickup for half anniversary, because there's 8 seasons in 6 months at the moment, because they go 2030, 2030, 2030, about 8 seasons, right? So we could have gotten the anniversary unit for half annie and been primarily, like, majorly caught up, not completely, but for the most part. But now with an extra fest, it makes it a bit weird, because that means the anniversary fest is in season 10 about. So we're gonna have to see how exactly they go about this, but it's gonna be interesting. Is looking very good. A lot of people, just skip past, like, for 30 seconds. I do want to talk about a bit, but I know not everyone is really caring about the kits exactly. But I really want to talk about because people were saying he looks like the worst pickup for a couple different reasons. And if I could find them, okay, he's on the bottom. But he is insanely good, right? So a lot of people are saying, oh, he's gonna die quick, but there's a couple different things now. You could say that he could just you could just, like, silence stun him or whatever, and then he's kind of cooked. But you gotta consider there's units like Vanessa who could, if he is slow, right, stop him from being targeted at all, right? Summer Vanessa. And then you also got to see it in the other sense that if he's really quick, well, he could just attack mainly before other units. And there's another way that you look at it. Okay, so yeah, even if, okay, I'm just trying to remember his kit a little bit, but even if he is, like, hit with the mobility reduction and, like, absolute silence from Red, it's not really the end of the world at all, and there's probably some ways to counteract it. And I mean, he's just actually really good. The only thing is, you really do want to use this alt, because this alt does give you at Duke 2 invulnerability afterwards, which is basically why you want to use the alt. So I'm gonna say protection is the main way to get out of this. And if he is blue, then I mean, oh wait, that would be insane. Oh, if Spirit Dive is blue, then Blue William is actually gonna be insane. Yep, yeah, if Spirit Dive is blue, the Defender William is going to be insane, because he puts protection on the person with the highest all attack. So Blue William, Defender William, the new one, might be really good with So there's a lot of things to consider. It's very situational, but he is not going to be bad by any means, especially because he's they don't really make fests bad. Like, they know what to do for fest. And I mean, if he doesn't get hit turn 1, he becomes the strongest unit in the game. So because he gets the total silence, he puts Spirit Dive for probably 2 turns, gives him a speed buff, right, gets invulnerability, insane, and he's getting his ult back every 2 turns, just really quick, right? So it's gonna be crazy. So my little rant over. Then of course Nozel is, if I remember correctly, more of a debuffer who's gonna, what was it he was doing? So he was, like, taking off buffs from the enemies, reducing the buff duration. So he's going to be basically pretty good for that type of stuff. Then Kahona was going to be a crit damage and attack buffer. But it's weird that she's an attack buffer. Unless Kiato's coming in, like, season 12 or 13. It's going to be a bit odd. And then we don't know much for season 12. My guess personally was the lesbian haircut Finral. I mean, that's how a lot of people refer to him as, right? Like, this guy, he doesn't have an SSR yet. So if they're waiting out this long, it has to be Finral in my eyes. Besides that, I was like, deadass not really sure. Maybe they could release Kirsch, because he was mentioned in the chapter, like, description. And besides that, there's not really, like, too much, right? Like, not too much to really go off of if they're really staying within the Royal Knights for, like, units that I would consider pickup SSR worthy. I would like them to, my god, look how many bullet points. Anyway, I would like them to start adding SRs. I was very sad to see that in the patch notes, they didn't show any SR that was coming. Because we go to here and, like, they show the new units, right? It says here new mages, but it doesn't show for what's his face, for Ladros, even though he is here with his skill page, an ultimate art, SR shard, and then his normal art. So it is very unfortunate that they didn't actually put Ladros, because they could have, right? If they put Vanessa, they could have put Ladros. And then the big thing, Valkyrie Noelle. So obviously, remember, this is not confirmed, as Vanilla does say. Okay, read this. We're good? All right. So it is not confirmed. But just going off of it, if we have and Noelle in the, like, file so far, this is the most logical. If fests are every 2 seasons, Asta 7, Mariel 9, 11, then Noelle 13, right? That's kind of like how you could see it. And Valkyrie does come after but it's just, are they even going to be in, like, Valkyrie times? Yet that they are going way off schedule, right? If we're really considering this, I was very surprised to even see that Noelle was in the files. Now, does this confirm that she is the anniversary unit? No, right? Could be right? They could maybe weirdly do Noelle before even though Valkyrie is in the Elf arc. Let me just find when exactly she was shown, because it's just a bit weird, right? It is very weird that Noelle actually came out first, but let me find out which chapter she showed Valkyrie in. Going off of the fact that it's starting with the references from episode 108, my guess is that Noelle was shown with her Valkyrie in episode 108. So that is the biggest sign. I'm not really gonna show much more because we might be getting into spoiler territory for that, for like the manga stuff. But anyway, 108 is it's kind of crazy when currently, let me see where we're at. You know what? Never mind. So Royal Knights is from 66 to 96. I mean, hey, is 96 like way later on? It might be, but that to me, maybe it's not really that far away. Maybe Noelle's not actually that far away. It's a bit hard to tell where they're really cutting it off. But let's see. So, the tournament begins. Okay, great. And then where does it end off if we're really going down? Jesus. Okay, well, they had stuff to say. The semifinals, okay, assembling the Royal Knights, assaulted the Midnight Sun's base. So they start fighting the Midnight Sun. Okay, so then the Elf arc is actually quite a bit later. Interesting. Okay, so I mean, I don't know why or how Noelle is really or Noelle is even in the picture yet, right? Because so far they made it. I mean, obviously it was a bad schedule in general, making it that everything was based off of the story, but doing that is quite interesting because after we have the Elf Reincarnation arc that lasts. Goated arc, by the way, goated arc. I love watching this arc so much. But yeah, anyway. Noelle would be quite interesting. People were saying, I mean, I've heard, I would say she's probably, so if is blue, then that means Noelle is red, which I'm happy. That means, well, no, should have been green, Noelle should have been blue. Just colors, right? Colors. Black Asta red, green, Noelle blue. That's just kind of how it is. I'm a bit annoyed that they didn't stick to that, but it's whatever. I mean, hey, if Noelle's red, oof, that's gonna be some crazy Black Asta buffs. No, Noelle being even in the files is very interesting. They like to stay self-contained with what's put in the files now, so she might genuinely be season 13, but that means like season 12, what is it going to be, right? That's like the main thing. That really is the main thing. But even at that, the seasonals, now we better start getting some Midnight Sun seasonals. I want to see Licht, I want to see Raya, I want to see good hype seasonals, right? Give me like proper seasonals of good units that don't have any yet. Give me one. Hey, bro, if we get a Julia seasonal for first Danny, that would be hype as hell. That's the thing. What are they going to do for seasonals of Fest units? Like, Mariel should get seasonals, but she's a Fest unit. So how's that going to go? They're probably going to wait a bit because Fest units, right? Obviously, people are going to use them, and they're going to probably stay in the meta for a while. So, damn, Nozelle's getting his first seasonal. That's so sad. I would really like, no, it's good what they're doing. Nozelle, Rill, and Cahono are getting seasonals, which means the only ones I would really want at this point is a Fauna seasonal, a Licht seasonal, a Raya seasonal, and then also if we go to SRs, I would love a Finral seasonal, and I would love if they implemented Gray in general, and give me a Ghost, not Ghost, a Seke seasonal, because the GOAT, right? If they do some like meme thing where it's like Dark King Seke, just for the meme of it, would be great. It would be great. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Noelle coming in season 13 would be good for first anniversary? You guys would probably see her in this rate. Would be our half anniversary unit if we're going off of this schedule that is not confirmed. Would be our half anni unit about, and then Noelle would be a bit later. It would mean that we're probably catching up at first anni, is my guess. So like that would be bad. I really hope we catch up earlier. They need to rush it out so quickly, but I just don't see them doing it now. I don't know. If they took out Gudli and Veto's banner and they put like Witch Queen and Fauna, personally, if they gave out a bit more pulls, I would have been happy with it. I would have. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that we will catch up relatively soon, or do you think that them having, not as the anniversary unit, but as the non-anniversary unit and Noelle being anniversary would be interesting? Do you think it would be good, bad? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.